Oh, hard hitting question. My name is Chris Beabout. I am the managing partner at Landmark Communities, which is our for-rent brand. And then at Landmark Homes, I'm our director of development. It's coming up on 7 years now. Really want to get on the development side of a company. Coming here, I was able to really fulfill my goals working up in a small company that's a Northern Colorado base, having a great culture, a great family here, creating homes for people. What I'm inspired about is creating shelter. You know, you're fulfilling a basic human need that people need. So being able to provide that to the market, either if it's for rent or for sale, and quality that we're bringing to the market is biased, but it's head and above, I think, the rest of the builders up here. So it's been really rewarding to be able to do that. When I was a kid, probably different than most, but I wanted to be an inventor. I wanted to create things as a kid. So when I was like in middle school, we came up with these ideas for inventions, and I wanted to go market them and sell them. And my parents kind of enabled me to pursue that without going crazy. So I've always wanted to create things. I think that's persisted to now, wanting to create buildings, wanting to create communities for people. So it's kind of stuck with me my whole life. Yeah, Landmark Communities started 2 years ago. So we've been, Landmark as a company has been around for over 20 years, but we've been focused on for sale housing. And so we wanted to get into rentals. And it's kind of a natural transition because we're doing these condos for sale. We're one of the biggest condo developers in Northern Colorado, doing townhomes. Well, why don't we get into rental side too and capture that side of the market and provide housing for people that maybe can't afford some of our homes and in a more attainable price point. So we started that 2 years ago. We completed our first project called the Beabout Meadows, which was probably stabilized about a year ago, and it's been a great success story. And then we're looking at a huge pipeline of more units, over 2,000 units we have coming maybe over the next 5 years in Landmark. It's my wife and my dog at home. Our dog's name is Breck. He's a golden retriever, but he's been our baby so far, but we actually have a newborn coming. So in 2 months, we're having our first baby. So we're super excited about that. And it can be a life change, but we're ready for it. And yeah, we're just looking forward to it. I want to be a father that's there for my kid, but I want to be an inspiration in his life and kind of lead by example in my career, hopefully, and show him the values that he can become one day. And I also want to have him become Tiger Woods. He's going to be a golfer for sure. So we're going to be at the course. Activity my dad and I used to do. So he really got it into me. He was on the golf team at Cherry Creek High School, and I ended up being on a golf team at the same school as well. So we kind of followed in his footsteps there. Early on, probably 10, 11, 12, we would always take trips together to go golf, and it was a really cool thing that me and him used to do. That progressed into me getting into more competitive golf and playing in tournaments, and nearly played college golf but decided not to. But it's still my favorite sport now, and we play all the time just with friends for fun. Yeah, I would say how competitive we got in golf definitely applies to business. And what I mean by that, there was a lot of pressure in these tournaments. Anybody that's played in a golf tournament that's keeping score for every hole, it's a lot of pressure for 5 hours. And I think learning how to deal with that pressure and still being competitive. So I definitely have that competitive mindset taken from golf and into my life and how to deal in the pressure situations. I mean, golf is fun for me, even though it's like I need to have stuff that like stimulates me like mentally too. I think golf's a great release for that. We also spend a lot of time in the mountains. We love going snowboarding or just hanging out up there, getting Airbnbs, kind of spending time with family. So I'd say for sure in the winter, that's our kind of release and what we like to do. We have a couple like go-tos we've always watched, like The Office or even South Park we watch, which is fun. But lately we've been getting into a lot of those Apple TV shows. Like we have Severance that just came out. Yeah, Silo, watching that one. A couple others on there. So there's some good ones, yeah. My favorite food that comes to mind is always my mom's recipe for chicken piccata back in the day. So growing up, that's what we always begged for. And it was like almost a weekly occurrence. But nowadays, it's kind of a special treat. I go in her house, getting chicken piccata. She makes the best chicken piccata out there. So it's not like going to a restaurant. It's the best. I think we have a really bright future ahead of us. We've been planning the last couple of years to launch Landmark as a company, and we have a lot of exciting projects that we can't wait to share with everyone out there. And again, I'm biased, but I think we're doing stuff differently than most people and just creating amazing communities for people to live in.